Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Taurus. How are you guys, Taurus? Hope all's well. Well, let's see what's coming in. All right, a little temperance, patience, a little test. Maybe someone different than your usual type. Yep, there's a spark. A little chemistry. Oh, someone's interested, all right, because the desire is there. A little spark, passionate new beginning. Oh, this is someone who's definitely single. It's a person who looks out for themselves, but there's interest. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Taurus. What is this all about? Someone's a little test. They're going to reach out to see if you reciprocate, if you're interested. Yeah, so someone here definitely, it could be someone stepping up to the plate, but whatever this situation is, there's definitely a desire, a focus on that physical. So I would suggest putting up a few boundaries. Don't put yourself in a position to be taken advantage of, okay? And that's what I feel. Yeah. Just make sure whoever it is doesn't have baggage. But it's about whether someone's your type or not. So someone who feels like you are, they're attracted, there's desire. I do see a Virgo energy, little Sag energy. Yeah, but it's an energy of calm. It's an energy of just somebody being at peace here. So someone who's, kind of looking at things here, the situation. But yeah, don't put yourself in a position of someone to take advantage. Put boundaries up. Yeah, let's have a look at temperance. It's just telling me that. Yeah, it has to do with someone tempering the passion. So it is an energy of not chasing. But I do see 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, a little guarded. See, being a little cautious, I feel. Yeah, because I feel, just be careful. If you've been taken advantage of before, you want to make sure you don't put yourself in that position. But it's an energy of someone who's not chasing. You're different than their usual type. Yeah, so this is someone who's probably been taken advantage of. So like I say, they could be putting up some boundaries. But like I say, baggage is being cleared. I feel like there's no baggage. But it's somebody who can handle anything that comes their way. So, yeah. I say, someone here is definitely will let one of these wands to go when it comes to 6 and 7 of Wands. Yeah, it's whether someone's your type. See, not chasing. This is someone who's used to being chased. So if it is a person who wants you to chase them, let's have a look at the Ace of Wands. Yeah, some of you here, it's sort of like, it's an energy of becoming aware, self-awareness. There's an attraction and desire, but yeah. Some of you might not be interested in this person, whether they're your type, especially if you have someone has taken advantage of you before. That's where I kind of feel someone who maybe didn't reciprocate or took advantage of you, your generosity. Because I'm just getting a vibe of someone who's kind of all about themselves, I have to be honest. But yeah, it's taking to look at it. Just be aware. Something to be aware of. Yeah, I do see there's interest though. But I do think some of you you're definitely not chasing. If somebody wants you to chase, you lose interest. Or if you don't chase this person, they lose interest. It could go that way. But it has to do with emotional fulfillment. It's about looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, it's all about being happy here. Emotional fulfillment. Yeah. Who is the 9 of Pentacles? Yeah, they're stable. They are stable financially. It could be a business owner or somebody who just, makes decent money. Let's have a look at the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's about justice and harmony, fair. So it is about putting up boundaries. And if you have someone here who, I think it's just a person who wants someone to chase them. They like the chase. Then they lose interest if they don't get that. See, it's focusing on the physical. This is someone who looks out for themselves, number one. Everyone should. But like I say, it's about not putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. And definitely I don't see you chasing. Some of you are losing interest, or you think someone has because you're not chasing them. So be it. Yeah, it's interesting energy. Let's have a look at this Ten of Wands. Yeah, so it's all about seeing clearly. So I do feel it is putting up boundaries, not putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. So you're not chasing. And if someone chases you and you don't chase them and they lose interest, then they're not the right person. That's what it is. See, somebody here may not be right for you. Anyone who wants you to chase after them. But it's an energy of providing. And somebody who doesn't want to provide. See, some of you have had this happen. Somebody who wanted you to provide, chase me, but they don't want to give you anything. So this is where something isn't right. To me, it looks like some of you were just looking at this. If this person is your type or if they're like someone else. But you are going to get clarity. There is new, because I do see baggage. Some of you are letting this go. It's been baggage or bothering you. Could be something that's bothered you and you're just going to let it go. Because I'm seeing happiness new, seeing things clearly. So let's have a look at the Six of Wands. Yeah, see, it's about two people who give each other equal attention, see, making a connection. So some of you may have choices, but I feel like there's something that's been bothering you. Because I do see someone who's all about themselves. They're focused on self. Maybe they only have enough for themselves and they don't reciprocate. But like I say, they don't. Someone here is kind of cheap. And that's where I feel it's likely something that's happened that bothered you and it's baggage, you're letting it go. Tell me about this Four of... Yeah, there is a person who's curious. There's a new person. They're curious. They want to know what you're interested in, what you're up to, if you're interested in anyone else too. So this person's kind of got the energy where they kind of want clarity. Because they're not interested in chase or playing games. They want to connect. So yeah, they aren't going to put themselves in a position to be taken advantage of. So they're looking for clarity. This is someone who has been taken advantage of. So it is baggage letting it go. Interesting. Haven't seen this scenario for a very, very long time, if at all. Similar. Let's have a look at this Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. So it has to do with someone who's manifesting. They have everything they need to manifest their desire. So there's desire, but clarity. This is someone maybe talking to people, or just like I say, they're shining a light, trying to find something out, what you're interested in, what you like to do, what makes you happy. So anybody who comes in that doesn't ask you about your life, what you like to do, probably isn't interested enough. And that's generally, it's an energy of kind of discovering, because it is someone who doesn't want to give too much to the wrong person because they've been taken advantage of. And there's a bit of mirroring here. So that's why it's reading like mirroring too, where two people have everything they need, but somebody here doesn't want to have to provide unless they know the other person kind of meets them halfway. Interesting. Tell me more about the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's an Emperor, someone who's been taken advantage of. This is someone who's, it's really interesting too. They aren't into chasing. This is someone they lose interest if they have to chase someone. They don't expect anyone to chase either. It's just the energy. They are someone who's been taken advantage of. So it's obviously they've healed. They've let go of that baggage. They're ready for new. So they're just curious. And there is interest. And it could be someone learning you're interested in them. But it's somebody who will actually talk to you. But what you like, what you don't like. You know, what your interests are. What makes you happy. All these things. So yeah, it is an energy of someone who doesn't give too much until they're sure somebody's really interested in them because of that taking advantage. Yeah. Interesting. This is somebody who's not going to take advantage of you. They have everything they need. So it is manifesting. So there's mirroring where you both kind of have that energy. See, not giving too much until you're sure someone's just right. Because it's about being fair. Some of you have had people who weren't fair. You put more money out. They were all about themselves, right? Yeah. Let's have a look at the Magician again. Yeah, it's a person wanting to ask someone out. So it's dating and courting. It is someone taking action, but they are single. So someone also making sure someone's single. Yeah, so someone who's not interested in anybody who's any kind of commitment, I'll tell you that. But it is about justice and harmony, being fair. Someone maybe wasn't fair to you. It could have been a judgment where somebody felt that way. But it has to do with someone taking someone on a date. Tell me about the dating. Is this someone who's going to make somebody pay half? Well, it's a person leveling up. Yeah, some of you, I do think some of you have somebody who never really took you on a date. That's what it is. So you are constantly giving. Someone who makes somebody pay. It's definitely a person who's cheap. Why? Because they just want to be single. They don't want to provide anything. But this person is definitely not this. They're not different. They're different than your usual type. They're emotionally available. They're mature. See, and it is about dating, but I do think some of you had somebody who never took you on a date. They were too cheap. Oh, I know. I've read a lot of comments over the years, you know. Yeah, but it is about being emotionally available. See, this is someone who's they're mastering the energies of the King of Cups. Coming in right, doing things right. Let's have a look at justice. Yeah, so some of you have been waiting for. This is something you've been waiting for. Some of you were waiting for someone. You're no longer giving or talking to them. And this could be someone who's actually dealing with that. But it is an energy of being generous with their feelings, emotions, their time. But it is someone who's a little careful. They don't put themselves in advantage or someone can take advantage of them. So you can see there's mirroring. You've both been through this. Yeah. But this is someone different. Tell me about the Emperor. Yeah. See, there's a person's attractive. There's a lot of a desire here. So it's about whether this person's the right person. So some of you aren't going to give too much till you're sure this person's the right person. You're not going to share too much personal or private information or start loaning someone money, whatever it may be. But this is someone who can be quite generous. So, yeah, I do feel while you were waiting for someone here, I do feel there's this energy of another person coming in. But it's whether this person's the one. That's what it's about, waiting to see if they're the right person. Yeah, see, it's all about chasing. Someone here takes pride in their appearance too. Someone who takes pride in how they look, that's also coming in right. So it's someone who comes in right. They take pride in their appearance. So in overall, that's a sign of respect. Yeah. It's a lot of desire. There's an attraction here. Tell me about the Ten of Cups. Yeah. So someone here looking before they leap. But it isn't someone here. They're not afraid of taking risks. Yeah, but they're looking before they leap. It's someone reflecting on another. See, reflecting on another situation. I think we got two people very attracted to each other. You mirror each other. There's an attraction. Tell me more about the King of Cups. Yeah, this is someone at a crossroads in their life. But this is someone too, I feel. See, it's all about choosing the one. Some of you may have a choice. And I definitely feel someone who's taken advantage of you, crossed your boundaries. So definitely put up boundaries. But it's also a person, someone who steps up to the plate. They come in right. They come in, they look good, they smell good, you know, all these things. Two people who have self-respect. They have pride in their appearance. I do see someone who doesn't put all their eggs in one basket. And this is when someone's dating a bunch of different people. They often don't want to pay, or they want the other person to pay, or, you know, we go Dutch, you know, because they're putting a lot of money out. This is where a person needs to know what they want before they go for it. I can tell you that right now, but this is a really interesting read, but it has to do with making this choice. It's about going down this path again. Some of you, while you're waiting, a new person's coming in because you're waiting for someone to reciprocate, but it looks like they're not. So, yeah, too little, too late. This is somebody who was just cheap. That's what I feel. They just don't want to give. They look out for themselves, so it's also yourself looking out for yourself. But it's all about whether someone's the one. Yeah. You see, it's a person who puts in effort. They show you they want to build. See, it's an energy of someone showing you they want to build by putting in effort, their appearance and everything. So I do think there's someone here who hasn't done that. So these are the signs, right? These are the signs and the signals, the red flags cautioning you. So I feel you're learning to take, notice of the signs and the signals to look before you leap. Because I definitely see this choice being made. Tell me about this choice. See, it's an energy of someone who wants to take things to the next level, focused on the physical. They're too much focused on the physical. And they want to take it to the next level before, it's like it's like a little test, right? Yeah, they want to test you out here to see. Yeah, no. Red flags, boundaries. Put up boundaries. Don't let somebody cross, because I do think some of you have had people who've crossed the line and the boundaries, and you're going to be looking for that, the red flags. Okay? But I do think you're making a connection with someone, and there is an attraction. There is desire to manifest this, to come together, but it's about coming in right, putting in effort, their appearance. Somebody who comes in right, they take pride in their appearance, grooming, how they look. Because I think some of you got somebody who's more focused on self or how someone looks, right? They want to take it to the next level before they give you anything. That's often a sign that someone doesn't really see it going the distance, but they'll take advantage of it if you let them. You're going to be seeing clearly, but I do see a new person coming in. Yeah, it's a person who's determined to succeed. They put in effort. They want it to go the distance. So you got an Emperor. They want this to go the distance. They want something long term. They want it to work. They're willing to put in the effort. And it does take two, right? Get little giving and receiving, letting someone know you're interested by being a little more generous here and there. But I feel like some of you got a person who, if you take it to the next level, which is the physical, then they put on the brakes as soon as it's time to give anything. So that's the signs and signals you want to watch for, especially if you got two people coming in right now. Some of you may have two, but the person who puts in effort in all the things they do, they take pride in everything, even their vehicle, all these things, right? Interesting. Tell me about the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's somebody who makes a commitment. They come in right. It's someone who brings flowers, they do something nice for you. They show you they like you. Yeah. But it's a person who actually, see, you got a person who, the signs of somebody who will never commit is a person who, they might give you a little something at first, but they want to take it to the next level, the physical. And if you say no, they put on the brakes. They're out of here. Okay, that's what it's telling you to watch for. But yeah, don't take it to the next level. That's one of the things right there. It's showing you the signs. You're going to start seeing things clearly. Some of you are actually going to see this. Someone here has crossed the line. I feel crossed your boundaries. Yeah, so don't be afraid of taking your power back. Never be afraid. And here's another thing. You don't owe anybody anything if they take you out for dinner. Anyone who does that and they have expectations, that's crossing boundaries. So it's really important to have healthy boundaries. Yeah, I really feel like whoever's coming in is different. Yeah, see, they come in. Fresh new start, a cup. They share some feelings. See, give and take, sharing. Sharing and caring. Reciprocity. Yeah, some of you have definitely dealt with someone. You've had to take your power back from this person, some of you. Never be afraid to put on the brakes, though. Okay? I do think you have a person who, and that's a sign of people who aren't confident. It's actually the opposite, because this is someone who's confident. They know what they want. They've already basically done a little homework. that you've talked, they know what you're interested in, what you like. See, they want to know what you like. They want to know. Why? So they can do something nice for you. It's a person who wants to see someone happy. They see a future. They're hoping for the best, obviously. But yeah, I really feel like you got new coming in. I do think you're going to let go of this baggage. Some of you have been holding on to this. It bothers you. It's probably been bothering you. Someone who took advantage of you. It's saying to just let it go. One thing is now you can see clearly. So yeah, see, it's whether someone's your type or not. Trying something different. So this is about doing things different. Put up boundaries. And if they cross that line, you put on the brakes and take back your power. But never take it to the next level until this person's made a commitment, until they tell you how they feel, they offer you the cup. And they do something that makes you happy. But it's about not giving too much too soon. See, don't give yourself away. Yeah. See, someone who kind of plays someone for a fool. But it's people who know, right? They know when, because these are people who take advantage of opportunity. They're opportunists, basically. And they really just want to take it to the next level. And then they put on the brakes. Soon as they have to give anything. Yeah. Now, this person's generous to their feelings, emotions, time, possibly their money, but it also goes both ways. About not taking advantage, okay? If somebody who's overly generous as well, it goes both ways. Because this is a person who's emotionally available. So I feel like some of you have had someone who's never really took you on a date. But this is about dating and courting. Coming in right, doing things the right way. Person who's confident, they have self-control too. See, it's all about self-control, their passions, their emotions. Tell me about the Fool. Yeah. So some of you definitely have had situations several times. Yeah. But it's all about interest. It's all about taking opportunities that are presented. But some people are actually opportunists. They will take advantage if you let them. So it is to say try something different. Okay. Put up a few boundaries. But it's doing it calmly, gently. I think this person's got boundaries too. But I feel it's like they're going to they're going to be paying attention to the signs and the signals too, because they've been taken advantage of. It's like both. You're mirroring each other. I actually feel like I think you're going to be in alignment with this person. But it's definitely a sign, like paying attention to the red flags. If something feels off, it probably is. Yeah. But this is happy if something feels just right. See, a little equal give and take, a little giving and receiving, until you're sure where this is going to go. Tell me more about Temperance. Yeah, see, it's about being in alignment. You want to look if your alignment, your values, morals, all these things, if you share the same values. But it's about respect and self-respect. See, watching people who have self-respect, because people who don't have self-respect, they don't look good, and it's not like they don't look good physical. They don't take care of themselves. These are people who show up. Their vehicle's a mess. Their clothes are a wreck. They're wearing the clothes they wore the day before. They're just really outdated. They just didn't put a lot of care and attention. This person cares. See, healthy boundaries. This person's okay. Confidence. See, because they have confidence, they're okay with it. Some of you definitely have had to let go of baggage from people, things that have bothered you because of this. It's weighed on you. But this is where I think you're just going to let this go. Okay? Whatever happened before. And I do feel it's bothered some of you. Yeah. Weighs heavily on you. But this is a person who's okay with boundaries. And I do see someone stepping up to the plate so they come in right. This is gorgeous. So there you are, Taurus. Yeah, see, being open to receive. And this is another thing. Some people are better at giving than receiving. Learn to receive. Some people are too generous. They give too much. Some of you have that to deal with too. Stop giving yourself away. Don't give too much. Be open to receive. So it's an energy of just putting up a few boundaries, just paying attention. And sometimes you can just keep those to yourself for a bit to see what happens on that first date. That's usually, most people will put their best foot forward on a first date or so, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And it's once things go to the next level. See, it's a sign, the signal's cautioning you, right? Paying attention to that. They take you out on a date. You may pay, they may pay, whatever, it's whatever works between two people. But, it all has to do with your own shared values, but it's all about self-respect. Someone who shows it, if a person doesn't come in that way, they don't even respect themselves, never mind, respecting another person. So this is all about what's expected. You should expect. If a person asks you on a date, you should expect this person to pay. Because I feel some of you have had people who do that and then they want you to pay. See, this is all about two people being in alignment. And I do think some of you have had people who just aren't in alignment with your values. Boundaries are so good here. But it's whether, this is about paying attention to the signs and the signals, the respect and self-respect. It's also yourself. But it's also about what you're expecting, okay? So kind of let go of expectations a little bit. Don't expect too much too fast, because it's actually not right. Somebody who feels entitled. See, somebody here on the other half, they feel entitled, they expect something. They take you for dinner and they expect something. An emperor isn't going to expect anything from you. They just want to see a smile on your face. They just want to be around you. They're exploring this, okay? Some people are more focused on exploring, that physical than they are anything else. They have lack of self-control. But it is about expectation. Some people expect too much too fast. They expect someone to tell them how they feel after a date or two. They expect too much generosity, because they feel entitled to receive. Like I say, it could go, there's givers and there's takers, but it's about giving and receiving. So it's an energy of how a person comes in. It's the whole package. I mean, this is an emperor here. They look out for themselves. Yes, there's desire and attraction. There's nothing wrong with that, but they have it under control. They've tempered it. They're mature, emotionally mature. They're stable. They do look out for themselves, but they'll also look out for you. Yeah, but it's all about expectation. See, someone raising the bar so high, this is often when someone expects too much too fast from someone, the other person puts on the brake because they feel that they're going to be taken advantage of with their generosity. It's not just the feminine or the masculine. The feminine can expect too much too fast too. But don't give too much, okay? Just a little bit. And this is what people usually do. They just kind of keep it a little simple. Yeah, see, keep it simple. This is someone who longs for love. It's a crush. There's a lot of desire. But just let go of expectations a little bit here. Because I do think you got someone new coming in. It is kind of telling you to prepare. Prepare yourself emotionally. I feel like you're open to this. So there you go. Yeah, expecting too much too soon. See, this is about keeping things simple. See, simple little gifts, doing nice things. Someone who shows someone they like them by doing nice things. It's okay to do that, but if the other person doesn't reciprocate, don't do it again. Don't keep feeding someone's ego. Put it that way, okay? Interesting read. I feel like you kind of got this. At least I'm hoping. This message is here for a reason, but it's letting go of expectations. And here's another thing. If someone takes you on a date, nobody has a right to expect a second date. If somebody feels like you're not their type, just let it go. It's just not meant to be. You're not in alignment. Don't carry it around like baggage. Let it go. Some people don't. They hold on to it. because they feel rejected, right? Or they feel like the person doesn't like them. Sometimes you're just not in alignment. So I do think we have someone reminiscing about this too. And I do feel those signs and signals are cautioning you. Okay? So it's also about the feminine taking back their power. Now, this whole power thing, okay? It's where you can have a power struggle with someone. Let go of that control. Okay? Let the masculine feel like they're in control. Let them and be open to receive. Some of you aren't very good at receiving. You're better at giving. But some people feel entitled to receive and they never want to give because they have very high standards. So sometimes this is about someone's very high standards. They raise the bar so high, the other person feels they're going to be taken advantage of. But it is an energy of, and I do think there is masculines in your past where it's bothered you, it's baggage, where you take it to the next level and you were very generous. You bought little gifts. You showed them you liked them. Okay, you're showing this person what you're made of. See, you're just being yourself. But this person expects something after taking you for dinner. They feel entitled. So this person I feel is different. Okay, but you're going to look for the signs and the signals that says, let go of control. Let this baggage go too, okay? Yes, it's good to put up healthy boundaries. But like I say, don't raise the bar so high. The boundaries should be just certain things. Like, it's too much too fast. Yeah, this reads of someone who's definitely had issues. But I do feel releasing all this baggage. It's holding on to those boundaries. If someone crosses the line, you know when to put on the brakes. But, yeah, this is interesting here. Yeah, you got a King of Swords here. See, this is also someone who's been taken advantage of. And you have to look at, you got to put the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels. That's a sign of maturity. But this is a person here who's learned something. There's been a learning. It's knowing to let go. This is someone who's been taken advantage of. They're kind of skeptical. Okay, any masculine who's been taken advantage of is always going to be a little skeptical of people of really high standards. They raise the bar so high. You have to, give. I need gifts. Buy me things. That's a sign for the masculine. And it is about dressing with respect, but this dress for success. Okay, there's a line there. Okay, because this is somebody who has a lot of experience. They've likely dated a lot of people, but it's the things they've experienced. And I do think you're going to have a conversation with this person. It's going to get real. Okay, about what you expect from each other and having boundaries. It's going to go both ways. Because it is a person who can be skeptical. They often come across as a little cold. Yeah. But like I say, they have experience. This is someone who knows what's expected of them. They know that if they take you out for dinner, they should pay. It's all right for the feminine to take the lead and pay too. I feel this person's fairly progressive. But they definitely know what's expected. But it's also a person who sometimes doesn't know what somebody expects. So, that's where I feel like you need to talk and learn about each other, to see what makes you happy, what fills you emotionally. But don't share too much too fast, just a little bit, okay? Because it can overwhelm people. Not everybody's the same, because this is about perspective and someone's perception of another person. So take care. I wish you the best. To me, this looks like some of you got something special coming in. And it doesn't want you to blow it by expecting too much, to let go of expectations and just kind of roll with it for a wee bit. But I do think this is someone who knows exactly, it's like the going down this path together, step at a time, step by step. This looks lovely, and I do feel it's about receiving this cup. I do see happiness and clarity. See, someone sees very clearly. They see that this is often someone who sees that somebody, takes care of themselves. They have self-respect. They look good. They take care of themselves. But anybody who It's an energy sometimes. This, I'm going to tell you, this person's wise. People who use their body to attract what they desire, what they want, by dressing for success, as you call it, right? Trying to attract them. This person, this is someone who's been through it all. So everything, I feel it's basically saying a little moderation, a little give and take, not too much of anything, everything in balance. Yeah. I do think you got a person who's interested here, though. They are wise, just so you know. They've also had people taken advantage of. They've let it go. They know what doesn't serve, letting go of baggage. They're not going to blame you for what someone else did, okay? So I feel like you got a person who's emotionally and mentally healthy. But yeah, if you've been cut out by somebody because of this, this is probably could be why. Expecting too much, feeling entitled, you know. But I think we have somebody here who's a giver. And sometimes we have feminines who give too much. See, it's all about auditioning to be a wife. Right? This is what people do, right? Yeah. Just be yourself, because then you're going to meet your true match. You'll truly be in alignment. And I think you've got that coming. So take care. I really wish you the best. This is actually a really positive reading, but it's all about, if something feels off, it probably feels off. But I do think you're making a connection. And if you have choices, one of these may not, may not go anywhere. One of these may not go anywhere. If a person's cold or cheap or, whatever it may be. It's different. Every situation's going to be a little different. Take care. Bye for now.